This is the Philly Alert. Bird game. What in the world was that? 24-7 by the Baltimore Ravens. An offense that couldn't get anything going for most of the night. Penalties, mistakes, questions everywhere. Anything that could go wrong went wrong. After spending an entire offseason wondering what Sean Mannion's new Eagles offense was going to look like, that was our first audition? Hold up. We're not hitting the panic button after one preseason game with the starters sitting. But we're also not going to sit here and pretend there aren't some questions. Underneath all that ugly football, there is a bright side. Some young Eagles actually showed us something. So tonight we're figuring out who stood out, who let us down, whether Megan deserves any blame, and what must change when Philly gets on that practice field with the New England Patriots. Was Baltimore completely meaningless, or did game one just give us our first warning sign? Smash that like, share this live, get the bird gang in here. The Philly Alert starts right now. Let's hear from our OC, Sean Mannion, to get this show started tonight.
What was your, initial thoughts on the first time out there?
Yeah, obviously, want to have a better performance offensively than we put on tape the other night. But, we got things that obviously we need to correct. I thought the biggest thing that stood out in the game is we weren't staying on schedule, right? We had a lot of first and longs, second and longs. Penalties led to a lot of that, a couple negative runs. So I think if we were able to better stay on schedule and kind of eliminate some of those miscues on early downs, we'll keep ourselves in more manageable third down situations and lead to a better result. Yeah, you always do. You kind of a little after action report and self scout in terms of how you call the game and things you could do better, things that you want to lean into further. The scheme and the game planning in the preseason is almost a little bit secondary to wanting to evaluate the guys in terms of their execution, their fundamentals. So we kept things pretty close to the vest there. But again, we wanted to see these guys go out, play, execute their assignment and play with good fundamentals. It wasn't really a setting to kind of totally turn it into a game plan specific type of game.
Let's go. I can see my future and it's looking bright. Not used to the light, I was born at night. But I'm used to a fight, not a new sight. Left, right, head, body, roll the dice. No regrets when I finally leave. I'll finally be the final, be a better me. My destiny is to invest in me. A quest to be the best, yeah, legend free. From a world swift to the soul wounded. I got dreams and they feel so lucid. I got dreams that they think are stupid. It's alright, sit back cause I do this. I don't take this life for granted, my mind's expanding. It's time for a fight, command of the war. I want more, yeah, I said I want more. Took a life full of hooks, time to even the score.
One life left, so I gotta make it count. Two bloody hands, third card, just to build it now. Three more doubts in my head, try to tear me down. But I won't let it show. Falling, scaring me alone through the struggle now. 5 toes tangled off the edge, don't look down. 6 feet deep, what will I leave when I'm underground? I don't know. Let's go, but watch me go.
Take a deep breath in, can you feel that? That's 1 in a billion, wait, 1 in a trillion. A life has been given, a life is worth living. I don't wanna miss it, I'll get up and get it. Cause I got a vision, I got ambitions.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Philly Alert.
Yes,
We are back, baby. We are back. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody had a great weekend. Man, it was a birthday weekend. BG hit the next age, the fine age of 28. It feels great. It feels great to be 28
That
finally.
man about 50. Don't let him start that foolishness tonight. Man about 50 years old.
Man, how you been, my guy? How you been? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Laughing at everybody, hitting the panic button already. You know how it is, though. That's how it's going to go.
The panic button is definitely hit after that preseason game, my guy. That was not pretty. You know what I'm saying? That was not pretty at all, man. Like, I was just happy to see some Eagles football, But in terms of like the prettiness of the game, man, it's like it says right here, what the hell was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what in the hell was that? You know, what just happened, you know, in game one? I don't want to overreact. I don't want to, you know, be that guy that's like, oh, we suck. We're not going to win 14, 15 games this year. But I will say this. For game one, I was not impressed. Like, I know no starters played. You know, I thought our team was so deep that, you know, the backups were going to be in there hooping. The backups were going to be in there hooping. They weren't in there hooping on Saturday, man. They were not hooping at all. I think we had like 80 yards all the way into the last drive of the fourth quarter on offense. But we're going to get into all that. You know, there's some good, some bad, some ugly. But, yeah, what was your initial reaction to this 24-7 loss?
Man, the first thing during the preseason, you know, we all know, basically, man, this is just a bunch of bad job interviews. That's how I look at this, man. You got a bunch of guys trying to get on the team. They trying to get on the roster. And, you know, when you have job interviews, when you have on career day, everybody don't get hired. You know, so this is everybody. We had a bunch of guys that just didn't show up. That happens all the time. Season is over already. A lot of people do think the season is over already, man, but only the Cowgirls fans get happy over the preseason and signing an artifact. That's what the Cowgirls do. We don't do that as Philly fans, man. We know the starters were sitting. Everything is under control, man. Everything, man. Y'all chill out, man. Relax, Philly Nation. We got this. Everybody don't panic. No.
He says, fire, man. What up with all you guys? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, baby, for all your Eagles content. Twist says, Fire Mannion. You know, there's probably, I ain't gonna even lie, there's probably a good handful of people who's like, you know, let's go ahead and fire this guy. You know what I'm saying? He did not do the damn job. You know, and let's listen to Nick. You know what I'm saying? Because even Nick came out to try to explain what happened in his first preseason game here.
I think, though, at the end of the day, anything you don't want to put on, anything you don't want people to see, you can't put on tape because everyone's watching, right? I think back to the 2021 season, we put a couple things on tape, and we're like, man, we wish we wouldn't have shown that, and it kind of showed up in a game early on, and you know that's on my notes constantly to talk about that to the guys, the coaches in particular, throughout the first couple preseason games to highlight back to that. I won't get into specifics of what it was, but to get back into that 2021 season of something that happened there that we're like, man, we wish we wouldn't have put that on tape because you know the couple of opponents saw that. So, but you got to go practice the things that you've been working on, and what your staples of your offense are or defense, and so the guys can go out there and operate and go out there and again play with you're not masking it so much where you're like I'm not running the plays that are our base staples. But
Nick saying we just did what we always do. You know, Nick never really been that guy to come out and show you anything of his hand. You know what I'm saying? If it's up to Nick, he put the 4 or 5 cards down and he says fold right off the bat as soon as he grabs that hand. So, you know, Nick's doing what Nick does, but I just feel like even as vanilla as it was, you know, I will say I did like, you know, some of the things working, like, you know, it wasn't technically, you know, Mannion's fault. You know what I'm saying? I did like some of the play sequences he's had. You know, it's just we were behind the sticks the whole game. You know what I'm saying? First down, penalty. First down, penalty. You know what I'm saying? Third down. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were always playing from behind the sticks. And it's a lot harder when you got your third and fourth team in there, you know, playing behind the sticks. So, I don't know. I will say, you know, like, it's not 100% Mannion's fault, but it was definitely not a good first impression for Eagles Nation.
Yeah, but how many offense coordinators come out, you know, in a preseason game and you just going to go out here and fire somebody else for 4 touchdowns? Or you going to put up 300 yards and you playing with me, you, and Twits? Man, come on, man. Like, that just don't happen, bro. Like, you're not going to – what's up, Richard? it's not
You
just
better,
about
Richard. I see you in there. You went to the hospital, my guy. Make sure everything's good. We're praying for you for a speedy recovery there, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's totally bonkers. You know, like I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So I guess we get to the first topic would be the good. Who stood out despite the embarrassing loss?
Jeremiah Trotter Jr. looked real good. You know, got a sack, got to the quarterback, 5 tackles. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., another version of his pops. So, hey, I know we was joking like father, like son, but he really did look like he belonged. Like he really did look like a man amongst boys. And anytime you can have a linebacker that can, he can move around like that in the preseason to come out with that type of energy when he's basically a lock for the roster, that's always a good thing, man.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take a look at some of this Jeremiah Trotter. He filled that hole real good.
Yeah, look how quick he getting up the field, man. Look at that pressure. That's what you want right there.
Sack, yep.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of N'Kobe Dean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That run, filling linebacker. Ever since we drafted Trot, I think everybody expected him to be a backup forever. But he's making it hard. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he probably should still gain about another 10 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He still look kind of smaller out there. But he's been playing some lights out football since even last year. Whenever he's in the game, he's making plays. He's right where he needs to be, in terms of like where the ball's going to. He's making the tackles, and he's really putting pressure on Campbell, I think. You know what I'm saying? Putting pressure on Campbell for some playing time this year. Campbell probably will be the starter, but I can see Trotter coming in, for multiple snaps besides just special teams, this year.
Yeah. We got to come in here. Bell look decent. Gonna have the same problems as Mailata with speed rushes, though. I don't know about that one.
I like Bell. I think Bell plays some good football.
Yeah.
I think that Bell plays some good football. He didn't consistently play good football. I think since he's such a big guy in his first time in game, NFL game, whatnot, I think he kind of wore down as the game kept going. But he's a dominant force, man. I do think he is going to be perfectly fine by the end of the season. And when it's time for him to take over for Lane, I think he is the right tackle. I think he's going to be a great tackle for the future. And what I seen early in the game was definitely promising. You know what I'm saying, for Bell. So he just got to work on his stamina, technique, But the good thing about it, like I said, is hopefully Lane stays healthy his final year, the whole year, and we don't have to worry about seeing him play any meaningful football, unless we're blowing some team out or something like that. We won't have to see him play. But I'm pretty encouraged for what I see from Bell.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Lane talked about on that. You play ball. Everybody play ball, probably watching. Everybody can be a practice hero. But when them lights come on Friday night, can you make a play? And Bell showed us, like, hey, I'm ready right now. Like, he showed, like, hey, I'm everything that Lane said I was. I can get my hands on these guys. I can move a little bit. I'm athletic. Just give me time. He showed us that he's going to be okay. And again, now, we're talking adjusting from the college game to the NFL game. That's a big adjustment. And, you're not going against rookies 9 times out of 10 on these, even in like a preseason game, you're not going up against rookies. You're going up against some vets that's trying, these guys been on the practice squad for 2 or 3 years. They're hungry, man. They're trying to make the team, man. For him to play as good as he did, hey, that was promising. One of the only promising things.
If Bell was a monster on offense, if Bell gets off quick, he's fine. Keep learning from Lane. Yeah, that's all he got to do.
Yeah.
That was another promising guy on that offensive line. So I agree with you. Bill stood out. Another guy in that offensive line that stuck out was Lampkin.
Yes, sir.
He started out playing Willie. He started out playing center, and he was like
Yeah.
flat bagging people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looked so tiny out there, though. It's so crazy. He looked so tiny out there playing center with the rest of those big boys. But he was doing work, man. He was just going to the whistle blew. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that about all the offensive line that played on Saturday.
Yeah.
I know him for sure. He was going to even after the whistle blew. He was just going to everybody stop. And that's the kind of, guy that you want trying to make a roster, trying to make, be a backup lineman on this, awesome football team. So I will say Lampkin had a great game. I liked how they switched him over to guard. He still continued to dominate like he was dominating. It is going against second and third stringers, but he did a great job there.
But hey, you pushing around a 300-pound man how he was, that's not easy, brother, because he pancaked that guy on a couple of plays. He just kept pushing him, man. That's where that wrestling mentality come in. And, as a former wrestler, he's real strong. He stay low to the ground. He knows how to use his hands and get up under the shoulder pads. And he can just move those guys wherever he wants to. That's very good, man. To see that. That tells us that we got some offensive linemen. And if somebody does get injured this year, with the way this offense is set up, we can somewhat feel a little bit more comfortable than we did last year. I know that was one of your big deals, was like get some O-line depth this year. Sound like someone underwater.
Yeah, a little muffled on it, and you're in a little bit. Not too bad though. Okay. He said Bernard was good. Yes, Uar Bernard, baby. He played his first 13 snaps of football, period. First 13 snaps of football, period. And I think we got to give him some credit for that being his first 13 snaps. Let's see if we can hear what he said here, after the first game.
I think I'm proud of myself for finish the screen and playing with the NFL. Playing around greatness, like I said, and one more time, my coach for believing in me, for believing in the game.
How much better are you?
Hello.
Liz.
Everybody.
How's it going?
Good. Long time no see. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I'm still getting young. You know what I do.
Sorry, I'm a little late. I had to get camera ready, but happy to be here.
It's all good. It's all good, girl.
Yeah.
He said Willie has potential. I agree, man. Like, I don't know if he's ever going to be no one's starter, but he reminds me of the Rudy movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives so much effort, and he's so good at what he is. He's just not big enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the Eagles are not going to start him on his offensive line ever. Like, that's just not going to happen. He's not a big guy. I think he's great for practice. I think he's great for depth piece, but he's not he can start on other people's offensive line. But we like big maulers, big guys on our offensive line. He's just kind of a little bit too small.
He is a mauler, though, man. Like, he is a mauler. That's the problem. Like,
5 foot,
he's small.
8 mauler.
Hey, he is a mauler. Did you see what he was doing to those grown men? Did you see how he was? You just said he was pancake guys Saturday, man. Get that man some props, man. Sometimes, hey, them short stocking linemen, they can get it done. How tall was Kelsey?
Taller than Kelsey was at least 6 foot.
Kelsey, Uncle Travis, and Uncle Jason, the Kelsey brothers.
Liz, how'd you like the game?
I could, to be honest with you, I was so aggravated by it. I think that there should have been a touchdown. I think that was a bad call. He definitely had both feet in the end zone. I don't know why. I just feel like that, the refs just favored the Ravens at this point. But it's okay. It's the preseason, so it's not the actual games yet, and we don't have our star players playing anyway. But still, that was an aggravating game. The entire time I was like, I'm over it, So definitely a bad call, in my opinion.
All right. Mm-hmm. Twist says Willie has wrestling background. He knows about leverage, and I get it, and you're 100% right on that. But I just, that's why Steen isn't even for sure. We like maulers, we like big guys. Guys that 6'4", 6'3", 330-pound linemen. Like the center.
Hey, what is Steen been doing? What did Steen do? What did Steen do last year?
He got better. He got better.
I'll be fine for 10 times.
That's all we can say. He got better.
He did get better.
And hopefully he got better. He gets better this year. Right? He didn't play, so obviously he's a starter. Going into the season, he's going to be that guy. So it says Steen's not a mauler, exactly, and that's why he's the only questionable starter on our offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole reason. We're like, right guard, Steen, okay. Let's see what kind of year he having this year. We're not totally, in the gutter with him, but we're not 100% confident with him either. I would have loved to pick up Becton again. I would have loved to pick up another one of these like Mullen type offensive linemen. But let's see what Steen does this year. You know what I'm saying? Like he comes from a good school. He fits this offense a little bit better than I think. The Stoutland style offense. Gets him out in space. Gets him. With Lane Johnson helping each other out. So I think it'll be a lot better for Steen this year.
Yeah. Let's see here. We gotta talk about Cole Payton. Oh, go ahead, Liz. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Do you guys think it was a fair game? I thought it was. I don't know. I thought the refs was showing like favoritism the entire time.
They were in Baltimore, which your home crowd usually get more. It's a preseason. I just feel like the players wasn't executing. You know what I'm saying? Like they left it all out on the practice field all week. When it got to the game, they're all gassed out. You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize a lot of these guys, right? When you talk about training camp reps, when you're talking about, even going into next week and this joint practice we're going to talk about later, the starters get all the reps. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to build the offense. It's a new offensive scheme. The starters are the ones getting all the reps, even for our defense going against our starting offense, just because they get to going against an offense that really gave them fits last year. So they're kind of, since this new offense scheme, I feel like they're kind of getting all the reps in practice, and the rest of these guys are getting what they can. And for some of these guys, it was the first time on the football field, from college, from other countries, different programs. Uar had a good game, for his first time ever playing football. I think, he has some nice things he was working with. You can see that his strength, his brute strength, like he was pushing linemen 5-6 yards in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? If he would have came off that tackle good, that would have been a nice tackle. That could have put him on the map. He might have made the team. He might have made the 53 if you'd have made that play. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't deny the man's strength. He was out there moving bodies. So Uar did good. Worry played good. He was getting pressure off the edge for both of those guys for their very first football game. You got to do hats off to those cats, man. They did a great job. It's a long road for those guys, but they're showing you promise early. And that's all we can ask for them this first, year or two until we get them acclimated. But I do think Uar, he might, that dude might play by the end of the season. Like, I don't know. Like, I think he might do it. Like, because the way he was moving them linemen, like, it was like he wasn't even trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't trying at all. He didn't even know what he was doing half the time. He was just moving forward. And it just seemed like he had a great first step. Great first get off. And like I said, defensive tackle is about moving bodies, and like I said, that one play, man, where he just stopped the leverage of the offensive lineman trying to, bend him back. He could have stuck the running back in the backfield. He got to learn how to tackle too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's game one. You know what I'm saying? He never
Clint
played.
Hurts take care of that, man. We got the best defensive line coach, I feel, in the league with Clint Hurts. Like, I really do think that he's doing a great. I mean, you got to consider these guys basically are brand new, and look at what they're doing. There go the Cowboys fan, Brandon Garrett, BG. There he goes. Man, get out of here, man. Here he
How
comes.
about them hey, you guys got a great new player too. A great new player, you know what I'm saying? You guys signed,
Don't compliment them.
you guys
They're
signed
already big headed.
George Jefferson from the Commanders to the Cowboys.
There y'all go.
You guys got 97-year-old Von Miller added to that pass rush. Y'all looking strong over there. Hey, keep on putting out that Jerry Jones love, and we're gonna keep loving it. So.
Your quarterback needs to retire. The Cowboys quarterback, he needs to go.
Yes.
He said, Jess said, do y'all think we should play the starters after seeing that game?
Well, they'll play in the second game. Like, they'll play this week. They guaranteed, because there's only 3 preseason games. They're not going to play this week.
No.
It's, okay. It's just 3 preseason games now, right?
Yeah, it's only 3, but Nick never plays the starter ever, man. Ever. And I feel like it being this type of situation, you should at least play them 2 drives. You know what I'm saying? But if you're hiding your offense, you don't want nothing out of your offense, even get some vanilla stuff, just Jalen under center. You know, Saquon getting a couple hits, you know, before the first game. But we know Nick Sirianni's not doing it. He's not going to do it. I hate that about us. I think we need to start doing more of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, that was not bad what was going down. You know, you play a quarter, you play a half, you know what I'm saying? You played 3/4 of the game, and then the last game you didn't play at all. Like, that was gearing people up, building that football callus on their body. People don't realize, if you ain't been getting hit like that, because in practice right now in training camp, these guys aren't hitting each other like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really, they're thumping. You know, they're not going to the ground. They're not doing none of that. So it's like, I think they should definitely get a series or 2 in. Nick's not going to do it. I'm kind of sad about it. But it does help, especially this week, going in this joint practice. I think that's why, another reason why he doesn't do it is because he always has the second week joint practice with a team. I think Patriots the last 2 years. Jets, I know we did the Jets before, like, you know, and that's where they get their first team, you know, reps it. And I would expect even maybe a little bit better, but the same style game this next Saturday against the Patriots. Because the starters are going to be the ones getting all the reps this whole week. You know, 1-on-1s, Patriot ones versus Eagle ones, all week long. You're going to get to see AJ, you're going to get to see all those guys going against Quinion and all those guys. And we're not really going to see no game action from either side starters on Saturday again. So hopefully these backups, you know, are in their playbook, you know, realize that the effort they put out was not good enough, and they definitely need to play at a higher
level. Who are they playing next?
The Patriots.
Oh, the Patriots. Okay.
Yeah, we played.
That'd be a good game to watch.
Yeah. If AJ was playing, that'd be a good game to watch.
Yeah, I hope he is. That'd be really good.
He's not playing. AJ not gonna play. He's not playing at all. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there is some good matchups going. Let's hear what our boys talked about it. Y'all favorite Eagles WIP guy.
If I were to ask you the 3 most important things that you'll have your eye on at the joint practices with the Patriots.
So obviously number 1 is A.J. Brown, just from a content perspective. I'm excited to see, does A.J., you know, hug Jalen when he runs out to practice? Who's A.J. talking to on the Eagles pre-practice? And what is it like in the middle, right? Like, does someone on the Eagles take a cheap shot at him in a team drill? Like, I think just the A.J. of it all is obviously going to be a big one. But I'm also really excited to see the Eagles passing game against this Patriots defense. I think that's really the great unknown about the Eagles going into the year. I think if the offensive line's healthy, they'll probably be able to run the ball. Not for sure coming off last year, but I think they've looked good so far running the ball. The question now is like, what are these receivers going to look like up against another team? Because with them somewhat struggling to pass the ball at times in this camp, you can argue, okay, well, they're going up against Quinion, Cooper, Tyreek Woolen, and a really good defense. Patriots defense is pretty good too, but I don't think they have that secondary. So I'm really interested to see how well the Eagles pass the ball against the Patriots.
Yeah. They nailed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see, I hope we get a lot of clips from Quinion and AJ. You know, Gonzalez against Smitty. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the matchups I'm really looking forward to see. You know, hopefully get some clips from in this open practice. Because, you know, Quinion and AJ battled each other in training camp and whatnot. But, you know, a whole season go by, you don't go against each other that much during regular. You know, ones-on-ones don't go against each other that much throughout the regular season. They do a little bit, but the majority they switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, one's going against two defense, one offense going against two offense. So, you know, it's going to be nice to see if Quinion Mitchell locks down AJ. And after what I heard from, you know, their quarterback, AJ might not be getting 100 targets like he won't. You know what I'm saying? He says, as long as we're winning, everybody's going to be happy with their target share. You know, so I'm interested to see what happened this week when he's trying to show off. You know, when he's trying to show off against his former team, and he's not getting the ball thrown to him, if we see any kind of joint practice fights.
I just can't wait till we whip
one guy. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, you know. And one guy we skipped over was Ty Robinson, your boy. He had a second attempt. So, you know, he finally had a good game.
He got he got a good play, but
he got a little pressure. You know, he played decent.
You're talking about like Robinson's like fourth, fifth string or something like that. It was good to see something from him, but I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm not giving him no props until he do it in the regular game. Because like, from going rookie, no tackles, and you're going against third and fourth streamers, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much love can I really give you? You know, you did something good finally. I want to see you do more besides the preseason. If you build throughout this preseason, though, next game do the same thing. Next game do the same thing. Then I'll be excited for you for the season. But until then, I got excited too much for Ty Robinson. He let me down, man. He let me down.
Huh. What about Cole Payton? I mean, you know, I thought he played decent when he got in. He did what he was supposed to do. Looked like he was the number 2 quarterback.
Yeah, he played better than Dalton and McKee. Like, I don't know what happened to McKee, man. Like, he was supposed to be, everybody wanted him to replace Jalen Hurts. You know, he's the next great quarterback for the Eagles. And since last playoff, he looks like trash out there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't think that'll be possible. I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback, so
he's not taking it up. But let's look at some Cole Payton plays on that offensive side.
He ain't no Jalen Hurts.
Nice little into the facts. A little dump off. Who's going to here? Nobody really? That was horrible. See, that needed to be a catch. Oh, that's what we got to go into the players that did bad. Stock down. I got a couple of those guys too. Let's see here. He played to me like a rookie, you know?
Yeah, I don't see anything special, so I don't know.
It's a good player right here.
I don't understand why he's so hyped up.
Because he's the only one that scored.
Yeah.
So this drive was the only drive that scored. So it looked kind of rough in spots, but he made some plays. He led the team in rushing. He led the team in passing, obviously. And he actually scored a touchdown.
Well, it is the first game, so maybe over time he can show his potential, but I just don't see it right now. Try to say that he's supposed to be better than Jalen Hurts is crazy. I don't know who said that, but
That was Tanner McKee. This is the new rookie. But they did talk about Tanner McKee a lot, and we're not going to show his highlights because he didn't have any. He got the same amount of highlights as all of us put together.
Yeah, that McKee was trash. Like big time.
You car salesman out there.
I was really freaking sad about it because I've been waiting to see the 2 years ago. Last 2 games of the season, McKee was out there balling. Throwing for 200, 300 yards, couple touchdowns, perfect quarterback ratings, and he has not did it since then. Like ever since then, that was like his peak, and we have not seen that anymore from McKee. Like the fact that you're battling with Andy Dalton, who ain't did nothing in the last 15 years, like
yeah, don't Andy Dalton got grandkids.
Yeah, he got grandkids out there playing. I think his grandkids starts for the Bengals now.
And he played in the system before, so that's something that sort of was shocking to me. Like I'm familiar with the cadences, and I'm familiar with all the check downs, and this is a great offense, and Jalen's going to thrive. And I've been helping him out a lot in the film room. I can't tell, brother. I can't tell. I was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah, Dalton was trash too. Like, for someone that's supposed to know the system, like I know it's vanilla, guys, but he should have been the one out of anybody to make it not look vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been in a million systems. He's been around forever. You got the basics. You know what I'm saying? Lead these troops. Like that's what I miss from this second team that I need to see moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like only other guys I want to say on the off side before we get to on the positive side before we get to the negative side is Espinoza played well. The dude in Mbakwe, whatever boy name from Atlanta played well. But Espinoza didn't like to play. They're veterans, so you expect them to play. Yeah, but to get to some of these guys that were crap, some of these guys were crap, dude. Like stock down. Who needs a big bounce back week? And I'm gonna start this one off with the guy that's been lighting it up all freaking preseason, training camp, that we thought was gonna go in here and light it up against the freaking Ravens secondary. And that's Cooper, man. Cooper had some drops. He had 2 catches for 12 yards or something like that. Like, where was he? We hear highlight after highlight after Jalen throwing him the ball. All this stuff, all leading up to this preseason game. Expected him to come in here and make some plays. And there were definitely plays out there for him to be made. And he didn't do it. He bombed it. He bombed on his first little take. How do you feel about Coop bombing his opportunity? And who else you think bombed this game?
I don't really I can't say anything because, I was real high on Cooper. So, hey, I thought he might have had a chance to make the squad. But after Saturday, I'm not sure because when them lights come on, it's showtime. And it doesn't matter. Everybody can be a practice player. But can you do it when the lights come on? And I just wasn't impressed. Somebody disappointed, just like that our secondary, like they just didn't show up. Like nobody. Like I don't recall seeing like anybody just make a play that made me say, "Oh wow, look at this! Oh wow, that's a play."
What's his name? Ward? Was it Ward? His name?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
No, yeah.
It was Wade. He got burned. He got back up. He ran and hit that fumble out. That's probably between that and Keely Ringo's interception were probably the only two, secondary plays all game long.
Man, that's somebody that don't bring his name up ever again on this show. I didn't want you to bring up Ringo, man. Every time you say that, man, I get, man, boy, that I'm sorry, Ringo. You need to go do something else in life.
Hey,
he just don't belong in the NFL, man. He don't have it.
Ringo was trash again.
Yeah, he's trash, but I didn't want to say it. Yeah.
It was funny that everybody was sitting there watching the TV, this guy's so trash. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're saying in your head. That's what you're looking at the TV saying, how's he still on the team? And then sure enough, when that bad mouthing starts to happen, he gets the interception in the back of the end zone. Yeah, you're you don't even really get that excited about it. You're oh, okay, you did something good finally. Okay.
Yeah. One play that don't make up all the other plays, man. He has been horrific for the Eagles. They just need to go on and cut him and get somebody else in to be a rock, just to be a body. We need somebody there.
That's one thing I do worry about, man. Our backup secondary, none of them played good.
No.
You know what I'm saying? None of them.
That game was trash.
McMillan was doing good in camp. He looked like trash out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ringo looked like trash out there.
Yeah.
It's if one of our boys get hurt, even Michael Carter wasn't even playing that great, I think, yesterday. So if one of our main guys get hurt, man,
we're screwed.
It's kind of worrisome, man. I know it's game one, but with the defense, I expect these things happening on offense. You know what I'm saying? Offense, new coordinator, new offense scheme, a lot of new faces. But defense, man, most of these cats have been on the team for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Even the backups have been backups for a while. And the way that they went out there and performed, I think they gave up almost 400 yards total. They're running on us. They're passing on us. They did whatever the hell they want. For the most part. The only bright spot I could see on the defense side, none in the secondary. None. I don't care about Wade. That was a nice play, but he was getting torched too. It's just like Ringo. I can't give you credit for doing one play after you literally got burned, fell on the ground, and because the guy wanted to dance, that's the only reason they gave you an opportunity to come back and make a play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really discouraged about the secondary, the backup pieces on that secondary. D-line played good. Linebackers, like you said, Trotter had a game. Like what I seen from Campbell. Munden, he played all right. But that's it, man. Those two guys, Campbell and Trotter, man. That's the only person I can give any love to.
That's the coming of the night right there. We knew it would be a long night if Keely Ringo had a highlight.
Facts. And that's facts right there, DV. 100% facts.
Oh, man.
And he said that BG, the offense, didn't give the defense any rest on Saturday. Yes, that's true, too. That is true. There are a lot of 3 and outs. It was a lot of 3 and outs. And that's why I said, too, I'm not, oh, Mannion, he's trash or nothing like that. I do think our offense is going to be great, but he bombed his first audition, man. You know what I'm saying? You bombed it. I don't give a fuck how vanilla it is. It should have been a crisp vanilla. You know what I'm saying? You bombed it, my guy.
It's a brand new system, though, man. You can't expect it. It's a brand new freaking system, man. You can't expect these guys that have never ran this system to come in and be crisp. These rookies, man, everything is vanilla. You're right.
I just feel like they should have practiced more. I mean, they didn't do that well.
They didn't look like they practiced at all.
No.
You're right. They look lost.
You know, like that all the penalties, man. Like we go back and forth through these years, you know, where we have a lot of penalties, we don't have a lot of penalties. We have a lot of penalties. I don't want this to be a penalty year again. We got too much talent on this roster. I know these guys are backups, but you know, I didn't like it. You know, I just at the end of the day I didn't like it. I think that we could tell he had a stamp on the offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can tell it was a Mannion ran offense. Even though in its vanilla form, the players didn't execute as well. But I feel like even, like, if I was a first-year head offensive coordinator, I would not go 4 quarters without putting no touchdowns in. I don't care what we're trying to hide out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to show you something that first drive, and then I might dial it down after that. You know what I'm saying? That first drive, I'm about to let you know that I hit the scene, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see that with Mannion. You know, I want to see I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about no offense because I'm here. And I drive straight down that field and score a touchdown. And I don't care if I did give you 2 or 3 plays for the season because I got a whole book of plays that I've been waiting for since the early 2000s to run. So 2, 3 plays is not going to break my offense, and I would have dialed them up. You know what I'm saying?
They holding, man, like you got to think, like the penalties and whatnot, that slows the offense down. You can't get any rhythm going, and anytime you can't get rhythm going, your offense is going to have some problems. I mean, think about it, man. Like, to start the game off, Eli Styles, you know, it was a holding play. Like our great tight end, the replacement we feel, and it just didn't look good. Like, you know, I think he had like 3 catches for 12 yards. He had a holding. He looked okay blocking, but he really does look lost out there. Like he's gonna have a huge learning curve.
And that's what I don't get with Stowers too. Like, how you the best tight end in college football and you struggle? You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard no news about Sadiq struggling. You know? I ain't heard no news about, you know, there's a lot of rookie tight ends that come in and dominate, man. And for you to be the number one tight end, like, I can understand you didn't get the Mackey Award. You know, if you're just a 2nd, 3rd, 4th round pick that was just a good prospect, you're supposed to be the best tight end in football, my guy. It needs to be a lot farther along than what we're seeing right now. You know, we didn't hear no highlights about Stowers all training camp. You know what I'm saying? He did block a little good. He wasn't the best blocker, but he showed potential in blocking in the game. But you are not a blocking tight end. You are a receiving tight end. You're really a receiver playing tight end. There should have been some plays made besides 3 for 12, my guy. You know, you got to do better than that. You know what I'm saying? It's your first game. Like I said, everybody's getting the first game pass from me. You know, this is your first game pass. If it's really your first game, no matter what position you play, you get a pass. But after today, man, like, take pride, man. You're wearing the Eagles green, my guy. You know, you're not out there playing for the Raiders. You're not playing for the Arizona Cardinals. You're not playing for, you know, any other trash team, Saints or any other trash team out there.
Or the Giants.
The Giants.
Or the Cowgirls.
Go to the Cowgirls, especially not the Cowgirls.
Speaking of the Giants, Jackson Dart, your boy, you talking all that rah-rah, he got his head clipped. The Giants gonna do this, man. They still don't have no offensive lineman.
I'm telling you, the Giants suck. So
yes.
I don't know what you see in the Giants.
That's right.
I don't see it.
That's right. Tell them again.
I mean, when they got Dart, they said that the Giants was going to do amazing last season, and they were horrible. So
that's right. Tell them again.
Listen.
No, we're not listening.
Preseason, my guy. Okay, and Dart did get smacked.
You sound like a Giants fan.
But
sorry.
you guys seen them.
You always make excuses for that.
Y'all make me defend the Giants because I said they're gonna be good this year.
You're a lot harder on your own team, the Eagles, than the Giants.
He went in the tent in a preseason game, dude.
He threw a touchdown. He did better than what our quarterbacks did He threw touchdowns. Okay.
It was a bug because he was a starter.
No, he played.
Also, I think that game was rigged.
Another.
The Ravens, obviously, they favored the Ravens, so we had an unfair advantage there.
Risers, and here we go.
I'm not worried about Dart right now, man. Like I said, the season is preseason. You know, he got a new offensive coordinator too over there. That line got in jail. But the only one I will say about their Giants, their defense let me down. Like there's too many defensive starters, you know, that didn't play that great. That I'm kind of irritated about. You know, not irritated, but I'm like, I thought the defense would be a lot better with all these first round picks on them. And their number one first round pick was trash.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Arvell Reese played like ass and have freaking first preseason game. Like, he said Sadiq's hurt. He got a hernia. No, whatever. Maybe that's why we didn't hear nothing from Sadiq. But back to our guys. Our guys play like
our
trash.
guys are more important.
Yeah. You know, and I can be more critical on our team because it's our team. I expect way more from the Philadelphia Eagles than I do from the Giants. I said the Giants might come in second, but that wasn't going to be a close second. You know, we're like 14, 15 wins. They're like
You better not switch sides, though.
9, 10 wins.
Just because you moved to New Jersey, do not switch.
Hey, I'm not switching no Giants. Not switching no damn Giants. What are you talking about, guys? I just like the poo-poo on the Cowgirl fans.
Their colors are kind of ugly.
I like the poo-poo on the Cowgirl fans. You know what I'm saying? By making them feel like they're lesser than. By saying the Giants are going to be better than them this year. You know? Like, I got more beef with them than I do with the Giants fans. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least the Giants won Super Bowls in the 2000s.
In 2012. That was over 10 years ago.
Better than 96. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the only other team that's represented besides us. So, you know, you got to give them a little love sometimes.
Let's talk about this Patriots. What must Philly show in the joint practices? Y'all help us out here, chat. What are you expecting? Like, what are we expecting to see in these joint practices? Are we expecting the offense to be full throttle? Do you think it's still going to be vanilla? Do you think they're going to, you know, give us like maybe 10, 12 plays and sort of like, you know, go basic like they did to just let everybody get, you know, break a few sweats, you know, get a couple of sets in? How you feel about that?
We're not going to see none of it. We're going to see clips. That's it. Clips. And it's all in New England, too. I wanted to go down to practice. But it's all in New England, too. So only reporters are going to let us know how that went. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like,
we'll talk to Chris about it. Maybe we can see if we can holler at Chris, you know, see if he can chime in for us.
I think I'm going to see if we can get Chris on the show.
Yeah.
He can tell us what he's seen out there. Because we're not going to see much. Like I said, maybe from Raven beat reporters and some Eagle beat reporters, we're going to see some nice plays from here or there. But, you know, when they're getting into their meat and potatoes of their practices, we're just going to be spectators listening to what happened. You know, like I said, these guys aren't playing in the preseason. None of them. AJ's not playing. Gonzalez's not playing. May's not playing.
And once we get those players to come in at the actual games, it's going to be more entertaining. So
that's true.
Yes, he says, I want to hear Q telling AJ his that was trash route. Yeah, me too. He's definitely going to tell AJ that he owns them. That's another thing. I am excited to hear about AJ taking his first official visit to Guantanamo Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be out there. He's going to be out there in Guantanamo Bay with the rest of the receivers because he can lock it down, man. He can lock it down. I just want physical practice. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear, you know, the offense won the days. You know, I want to hear the defense win the days. You know, especially our defense side of the ball. Like, our starters should dominate. You know, dominate these guys.
Mm-hmm.
you know, we can talk preseason all we want about the backups, but our starters are legit, you know, and that's every position. We don't got no weak starters on this football team. Like I said, maybe unless you want to count Steen weak, but we ain't got no weak starters. Our starters should do their damn job this week.
Yeah, it should be fine.
You know,
and then we got my boy Willie Lampkin. He gonna come in, and we got my boy Bell. So we ain't worried about the line. We got two guys that's gonna come right in and do fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we fine.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good week for us because I still feel like even with our deficiencies, we're still the best team in the league, man. Like you can't even everybody's gonna have shitty preseasons. Some good teams are gonna have great preseasons. Preseasons don't matter, you know. Like you don't get enough action out of them to really be like, oh, my team is that championship contender. But you can see on paper, and you can hear about your local reporter telling you how good your team is, and we got the best team in football, man. Like it's gonna be a runaway. Even like Gruden said, it's gonna be a runaway division this year. It's not even gonna be close.
That's why I was laughing with all the Bama fans that don't really watch the NFL talking about Ty Simpson and how great he looked. I said, oh, that's great. But in the NFL, once they get that film on you, everything changes. You come out and run a good offense. They probably had some backups that's been there a while, stuck around because they felt like they could get a ring. But, man, in the NFL, once they get that film on you, you can ask Lamar, you can ask Jalen. You really got to come with it. After that second, third year, so, your first preseason game to look good, we've all seen this 1,000 times. Yeah. Guys come out, they light it up, running backs, receivers. That's just like in camp, on Woolen. Before the offense got installed, they said he was acting a fool. They said they done brought him back down to ground zero now. And they're actually, saying like, hey, now we sort of see why the Seahawks didn't think so highly of him. So, if you go out there and you check it out, they're saying like, hey, he ain't as impressive as he was before. But again, after you practice against the guy for so long, you start to pick up on his tendencies in practice. Yeah. You can look at his feet. I mean, you know how it is.
And he's really important too because you got to realize this dude's about to get a lot of targets this year. You know what I'm saying? Like you're looking at least 15 targets a game. So they're not going to be throwing that Quignon. They're not going to be throwing that Coop. These guys are all pros. They're going to be targeting the hell out of Wooden. And it's going to start early. Is he going to shut them down early to make it so there is no weakness on this defense? Or is he going to start getting toasted like in Bradbury? Woolen could come in like Bradbury and dominate for 1 year, or he can beat the Bradbury his second year and just get toasted and burned all year. Like it can go either way. I'm hoping that he stays on the positive angle, and I do think he got a lot to prove. I think this is like one of the years that can really help him in the future, regardless if he's an ego or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the whole other side of the field locked down. Like you don't got to worry about none of that stuff. You just got to worry about your guy right in front of you. Can you do that for 17 games? That's all you ask him, Woolen. Can you do it for 7? Don't worry about the rest of the defense, the line, defensive line, the linebackers. You're going to be the main focus. Can you do it for 17 games? That's the only thing we need to worry about with Woolen because he's going to get attacked, dude. He's going to attack the shit out of him this year.
I'm not impressed by I wasn't impressed by any player playing our first game. Like there was nothing that stood out to me. I hope we get better. That's all I could say. Because once the real games start and we start playing like this, I'm just gonna be aggravated the entire season. So
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not pushing the panic button. I'm not pushing the panic button. but I want to see more. You know, I want to see better execution. Like, you need to still have some sense of pride for who you play for. You know what I'm saying? And if we go through another preseason game like this, how do we need to cut this back into this roster? All of them. Just let them all go. You know, there's going to be some other guys coming up and sign those guys.
Oh, I love trolls. That's all I have to say. There's some trolls in the chat.
Let's say.
This is that article from MSN on Eagles wide receivers are providing Rick Woolen with tougher tests. According to ESPN's Tim McManus, Woolen has come back to earth some this summer following a highly productive spring. That observation came after a practice in which Hurts connected with Wicks for a touchdown over Woolen during red zone work. Moments like that shouldn't trigger concern. In fact, they're often part of the process. Cornerbacks win some reps, receivers win others. So, you know, that's just that article that I saw. But, you know, it is what it is.
They said the season's over, baby girl. Your season's over. You guys have to go sign Debo back to your team. Like, he's going to do something.
Yeah. Most picks and flags. Here we go. Leave Snow the product alone.
It's just preseason, relax. Yeah, it is just preseason, but that's all we got to. That's the first time we got to see our team. You know, we heard all this good stuff. You know, we seen all this good stuff at practice. So you expect to see a little bit better. Like, I'm not even saying that I'm mad that they lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a damn about a preseason game? It's just a fashion they lost in. You know? Like, they got embarrassed out there. Like, that was an embarrassing game to watch. You know, and I don't care who you are, you did not like that game. You know, it was not a enjoyable.
It was boring. It was a boring.
It was not an enjoyable game to watch. And if you're a fan, you should have some concerns. I'm not saying red flag, season's over, but I'm saying there should be some concerns about what you see in that football game. You know, like I said, there was some bright spots, some players that made some great plays, but that came far in between. Them running their, you know, they ran the ball down our throat. They were completing all over the place. They got a new offensive coordinator over there. The Ravens do too. You know, like, they got new offensive people too. Like, why did their, you know, new team basically, they got a whole new coaching staff. Remember, Harbaugh's gone. Why did they look so much crisper than our guys? That's where I'm at with it.
This is a brand new OC, brand new system. You gotta get some time. Yeah, but man, like, this guy's first time calling plays. Man, give him some time, man.
And I have to say that haters are our biggest fans. So you're over here spamming the chat for all this hate, and all I have to say is it's just the preseason. It's the first game. Wait till we get Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Cooper DeJean, and it's over. Right. So talk all the crap you want.
Play.
Talk all the crap you want.
You know what time it is.
He's definitely coming after your ass. That's all I gotta say.
He says he loves you now.
I love you too.
49ers on. They're gonna be straight this year too. I actually like their roster. I'm looking at picking one of them for fantasy. Patience. We don't know what that is. That's true. Who? We're thinking about having a fantasy football league too. The Bird Game Fantasy Football League. If y'all interested, let us know.
We should do one. That'd be awesome. We should do one for sure.
I would like to join too.
Okay.
Well, then let's do one. All you guys in here, we're gonna do affiliate alert fantasy football. We got to figure out what platform we're gonna do it on. It's up to you guys if we're gonna do for a wager or whatnot, but we're gonna set one up for sure. It should be up by next week, so be on the lookout on X, YouTube, post, and Facebook when we put the link out to join. We probably 10 player, 10 player fantasy football. I might even do it to where you can pick the defense too. I like those. He says our practice squad is seasoned. Well, that's good for you guys because you guys aren't going anywhere this year. You guys, for real.
Exactly. You're not getting near the Super Bowl, so.
Y'all got a lot of work to do, man. Y'all got to worry about the Rams, the Seahawks, Cardinals, man. Yeah. Worry about your division first before you try to even talk about our division over here.
I predict the Eagles versus
What's up,
the Patriots.
Wendell Watts? Huh?
I predict the Eagles versus the Patriots for the Super Bowl.
I can see that happening. I even thought about a rematch of the Eagles Chiefs again.
Yeah, that too. That would be my second.
Cause I feel like Patty Mahomes is gonna. He was so ass last year, and their team didn't even make the playoffs. That it's hard for me to think, unless it is the end of the Mahomes era. He's bouncing back this year.
I mean, I was tired of seeing them all the time being at the Super Bowl. I think
the whole Tom Brady effect. Yeah, and I'm just tired of them putting them as like this unstoppable team. You don't make it this year. You know what I'm saying? Time to start putting them behind the Philadelphia Eagles. Even though I think they're behind right now, the NFL narrative is not that way. Pat Mahomes still the golden boy. The Chiefs still the standard. And until, we go out there and win the Super Bowl this year, I guess it's going to be that way.
Oh, but I definitely hope it's the Eagles versus the Patriots. That'd be a great game to watch, and it would be great to see us, beat AJ Brown's ass. I think that would get him pissed off.
Oh no, Twiz. He says, I predict I'll start drinking again after watching this season. Don't say it. Don't say it, my guy.
It's just the first game. I don't think we should be panicking right
now.
now.
You're going to be drinking, celebrating all year long.
Mm-hmm.
Like how dominant your football team is. How we just manhandled the whole league. Like, I like seeing us look bad in preseason because that means the regular season's coming. We're going to look good. Eagles girl, what's up, girl? How you doing? Welcome back. Hit that like. You got Eagles champ in the building. What's up, my guy? He said the Hurts season hatch will be on clearance by week 8. Book it, baby girl. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, it's not.
Hell no. I think this is going to be his prime season, if anything.
I can't believe that. He said on clearance, as if it's an AJ Brown jersey. Come on, my guy. But yeah, guys, overall, if you had to grade them, what grade are you going to give the overall performance of this preseason game?
Enough.
An F.
Definitely enough.
Hard F.
We failed.
It wasn't nothing good about that game with Jeremiah Trotter and these young bulls we got on the D-line. That just wasn't it right there. I'm in agreement with you on that. That was ugly.
I'll have to give them an F plus.
F plus. You gotta add the plus in there.
You get the plus. F plus D minus.
Yeah, I agree. That was bad, man.
Because we did have a couple bright spots out there, so it wasn't a complete waste. Now, we had no bright spots. We didn't score that last touchdown. It was a blowout. Man, everybody be getting fired today. That's on the backup squad.
I would have just fired everybody on the team and just start over because that was ridiculous. That was not a good game.
Yeah. So you guys let us know, what was your biggest takeaway from game 1 preseason, guys? Let us know in this chat. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let us know because I just think it was a preseason game, man. biggest takeaway is I want to see the Eagles play with more heart. You know what I'm saying? I seen too many feet stop pattering in the middle of plays. You know, I see too many players
Deontay Lawson
out of position and not trying to go out and make a play. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got dismantled. You know, and I don't like ever seeing our team look like that. So I don't care if you're third string, fourth string, hell, if you're backup, play like starters. Stop playing like we play for the Giants. Or you
game
play
speed,
for
bro, man.
the
The
Ravens.
game speed, bro. Game speed, man. It changes everything. They need an adjustment period.
Well, you had all offseason.
This guy.
But you
Yeah.
guys don't think that he should have scored that touchdown though? Because I definitely saw both feet go in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean,
What it shoulda, coulda, you know?
yeah.
The rest of them call. They call them.
That pissed me off more than anything in that game. Is we should have got that touchdown.
You all about scoring. I promise you're gonna do good in fantasy football. All you gonna see is points, points, points. Win, win, win. It don't matter. Put some points up and win. So hey, that's right coming from you because you all about the points. Jalen, amazing Jalen. That's it right there.
She said you got to watch her blood pressure this year. No, guys, we're not going to have to watch. It's not. I don't feel like it's going to be one of them type of years. I think it'll be a wow, my team dominate type of year. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a one of them type of years where we're like, come on, just give me one game, one fucking game where a team looks like a team. He said, what did he say? See, only because Nick was calling me a vanilla offense. Yeah, but Nick always going to do that. He told Mannion to do that, so.
Yeah.
That's I can't defend what I saw. And I agree with you. There was nothing to defend. That was horrible. He said Dante Lawson, baby. EC1, you've been preaching about Dante Lawson. He made some tackles out there. He did make some tackles out there.
Yeah,
he's like our fifth linebacker, dude.
He might make the team. Like, I don't know. Like, he got a chance to make the team.
He said, I'm telling you, starting this year, watch. No, now you're high.
You're high.
Now you took it too far, EC1. You're my boy. That's you smoking something like Gilly right now. Because that shit's not happening.
And that wallow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit right there is not happening. Lawson's not starting for nobody. And if Lawson starts this year, we better be real fucking scared. Because he's like fifth on the depth chart. And if we got to go that far down our linebackers, we're probably not making the playoffs. The big kid says, well, the coaching has to have work to do with these youngsters. Yes, that's facts, you know what I'm saying? New systems, gotta get these guys ready to roll, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always say, like, don't even worry about when we don't play our preseason games, check back in on, like, week 4, week 5, you know what I'm saying? Because the first couple of weeks are kind of like the preseason for these starters. Speaking of someone we can see a release Quest walking new bonafide trash. Yeah, I was surprised to see Quest Watkins out there in the football field. Still, that was crazy.
Yeah.
He said 100% alignment, 0% entitlement. Jump man hurts. You damn right. He says we can't judge what we do in the regular season by one preseason game. That's a fact.
I agree.
That's a fact. Yep, Twiz. The Lawson needs to be stashed away somehow.
Yeah.
That's true too. Like, he's good, but he's not a starter. Like, he's not starting this year. So if there's a way we can keep him on the special team, practice squad, any of that kind of stuff, I'll be happy. He said, Tyrese Parker, what's up, my guy? Hit that like. He said, the first preseason game it was ugly. I said I can't watch that game.
Oh,
Facts.
it was bad. Now, man, that was a bad game, man. That was the worst job interview I ever been to, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, that was like, have you ever interviewed somebody you just like, man, why am I here? That's how I felt. The first quarter of that game, I was like, man, why am I even watching this? This is a waste of my time.
I was all excited. I was going to go out, do some work, and I'm like, I'm going to watch the Eagles game. I'm like, maybe I should have went out and worked something.
Yeah, you would have made a lot of money because they was ordering food because
all over.
Wasn't nothing else to do.
Right? Eating and drinking. Eagles says Ringo and Quez need to go.
Yeah. I agree. Both of them. Today, cut them rat now. We don't even want them on the practice squad.
I was surprised he made it on the practice squad. Big Picker said Von Miller will wreck habit and be home in January.
Yeah.
Maybe after this game, they're going to cut some players out. So.
Yeah, they should have started. They probably already started today. I didn't get an alert. I'll check it though.
Yeah, they suck. I'm not worried about Von Miller going to the Cowgirls. They can have Von Miller and any other geriatric linebacker or edge rusher out there they want to sign because they ain't doing the goddamn thing this year. The Cowboys are trash. I'm not worried about them this year, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna pop down a little bit. They're coming down. They haven't been up, but they're gonna definitely go down a little bit more what they have.
Definitely not America's team. That's for sure.
So yeah, I don't think we need to be worried about, the loss. Our starters wasn't playing. We want to see these secondary and third string players play a little bit better. But it's the first preseason game, guys. Like, out of all of them, this is the one you don't worry about the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the first one. First live football. The first preseason game is just to feel good at football's back. That's all it's for. Just to feel good football back. Now, some of your guys got teams where their starters play. Others don't, like our team. At the end of the day, football's back, baby. And it's good to see our team hit somebody else besides yourself. And, I'm hoping this joint practice goes great this week. And I just can't wait to get to September, baby, where it matters the most.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got to say about this first game. Take it with a grain of salt. It wasn't as bad as it seemed. It definitely wasn't good at all. And there's a lot of improvement. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of lessons to be learned from this game, I feel like. The coach will definitely be hitting on this week. So, any final words, guys? I think that wraps everything about up there.
No, man. No, we covered everything tonight. We got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, we got a long way to go.
And
hopefully
remember,
we'll have some roster cuts next week, and we can talk about those. We'll get some roster cuts going.
Hopefully they cut some players out and improve the team.
Get some new players in there. I like to see that. Especially right now, like, you got to realize, too, especially, like, how we around week one when players got to bust down that 53 man. There's going to be a lot of good players that get let go, and I think that's when it's going to be nice. That's when it's going to be real nice. But before we get out of here, let's listen to Nick Sirianni because everybody's going to be focused on A.J. Brown. But there's a new sheriff in town. His name's Smitty. I love hearing our coach talk about him. So hit that like on the way out. Share this content. Fly, Eagles, fly. And let's listen to Big Nick lead us out with Devontae Smith.
obviously Devontae is a number one. We've thought Devontae is a number one receiver since the day we've drafted him. Now, last year he had more yards than AJ, but in other years he hasn't. But we treat him as a number one receiver with how we try and plan him, get him the ball last year and the years before that, and also moving forward. So it's going to be exciting, to more opportunities that Devontae gets, because I know when we throw the ball to Devontae, good things happen, and so it'll be fun to watch him, come out and have a great year.
Philly, sound the alarm. From Broad Street to the Link, from the row homes to the roaring parking lots, the city is waking up in midnight green. The lights hit, the siren spins, the beat drops, and stepping through the smoke comes the voice of the fans, the energy of the streets, the boss of Bird Gang himself. This is not just another Eagles show. This is where passion gets loud, takes over the block, and flies straight through game day. We talk touchdowns, we talk trenches, we talk big hits, big plays, bold predictions, and every moment that makes Philly football different. When the helmet shines, when the crowd rises, when the whole city starts chanting, you already know what time it is. The host is locked in. The fans are locked in. The birds are on the move. From every celebration to every breaking moment, from every matchup to every message for the league, this is the place where Eagles energy lives. So turn it up, stand up, throw that green on. Let the city hear you. Because when Philly talks football, the whole world gets the alert. Welcome to the